Let's also talk about what's going on in our schools and what's going wrong in our schools. You've got a grown-up child, Justin. Benedict, you haven't yet. You can't afford. Yeah, you are a grown-up child. When does your moustache stop? Let's talk about trans guidance in schools. Look, if you do have a kid in school at the moment, trust me, you care about this. There's been an ongoing battle within government about what should be happening in terms of dealing with children, not trans children, no such thing, children who have been mistaken, well, completely lied to and being told that they may have been born in the wrong body, which is not possible. Your body is your body. Really unhappy, mixed-up children who have been completely ideologically indoctrinated with the idea that they may be born in the wrong body. Some children are trying to change their gender. You can't change your sex, obviously. You can't change the body you've actually been born in. You're a boy or a girl, end of. But we've had a situation where schools are allowing children to what's called socially transition. So they say, oh, actually, I'm not Sally, I'm John, and I now want to be he and him, and I want to use the boys' toilets or the other way around. The battle has gone on in government as whether or not this should be allowed if parents disagree. The compromise, which I still think is not good enough, is it's going to be allowed, but parents have to be informed about it, don't have to agree with it, but that girls and boys still have to use the correct sex-based toilets and changing rooms and be in the same sports teams as their sex, not their assumed gender. Is that a good enough compromise for you? Because it doesn't really fly for me.
Parents must take responsibility for their children as minors. As a minor, do you really have the authority to sit there and say, actually, I'm now going to identify as a cat or anything like that? I mean, this is...
We genuinely have had that.
Yes, and I think it is frankly rather childish. Look, you're dealing with a young person growing up. They're not familiar with the rest of the world and what actually is going on. But here's a fashion thing. Oh, I'll identify as something stupid. I'll get some publicity and be quite funny.
I'm now the interesting person in class.
And so and the parents, what about whether the parents are going to be involved? Of course they should be involved. They're parents. They have the responsibility. They can't just say to the school, well, you deal with it. And so you've got to be involved, and the parents actually must say, right, we're going to take a clear view on here. This is my son or my daughter. Yeah. When they have then become a majority and they want to try and do something else, then that's
fine, fair enough. But this is the key thing, isn't it? Taking away parental control on this one, but also the impact this has on other teachers and on other children. Because we've seen situations where children say, but he's not a girl, he's a boy, and then being accused of being bigots, transphobes, and being punished.
I mean, when I was on the subject of pretending to be cats, when I was 4, I said I was a cat. My grandmother then fed me cat food, and I wasn't a cat for very long. So I think there does need to be a sort of a no-nonsense approach to this, ultimately, is the solution, because otherwise, who knows, I could be a cat right now. But, you know...
Cat with a moustache?
Absolutely, a cat's whiskers. But it is just one of those things where you are thinking it's the bare minimum that schools should be informing the parents. And the idea then that even if they are informed, the parents might not have the ability to say absolutely not. It just sort of shows you the state that we've got into, where the state feels that it can say, oh, by the way, don't worry, chaps, this is happening. There's nothing that you can do. And the parents are sat there going, well, I'm a bigot if I speak out.
But also, we were talking with a teacher on the show yesterday night, and we were talking about who on earth would want to be a teacher now when schools are being ruled by, frankly, the lunatics. They have taken over the asylum. And the indoctrination that's going on, and it's happening. I've got friends with kids at nursery, they're 2-year-old kids who are going, having pride marches. I'm sorry, this should not be allowed, and that's not. And I've raised my daughter always, about our friends who are gay, and yes, of course, 2 men and 2 women can marry, and things like that. This is not the same thing. No. Sexuality is a real thing. You're not born in the wrong body. That's not a real thing, and we are encouraging children to go along with this a lot. Again, it's socialisation. They're watching YouTube videos saying, if you're unhappy, the solution is cutting off your breasts. No, it's not. No, I mean, it's not, but that's literally what children are being told now. And teachers are playing along with it.
We went through the whole process of normalising homosexuality, saying, no, it's not wrong to be a homosexual. Now we've sort of come full circle, where if somebody is at that early stage where they're not quite sure, the solution is to say, no, you might be gay. It's to say, no, you're born in the wrong body. And how we're going to correct that is surgery, it's therapy. Yeah. I thought that was a bad thing.
This is a movement that is anti-children, it's anti-women, and it's anti-gay people as well. I really do think it's incredibly sinister.
And you're being fed cat food.
Yeah, exactly. There we are. Give cat food to all the teachers who do it. That's all. I mean, again, I was going to say transphobia is probably one of my most hated words because it's utterly meaningless. Just accepting biological reality makes you a transphobe now. Fine, then I'm a transphobe if that's the definition. But a new survey of 2,000 people by Perspective... I can't even... Some company's name I can't. Get a better name for your company. I can pronounce it. Goodness sake. Talking about what millennials say. I don't even know what millennial is. That people born around 2000?
I gave that up.
I'm afraid that's me.
young people who, by the way, should all just listen to their elders a bit more because you don't know anything. No, you don't. You don't know anything. You literally know nothing. You're of no use to anyone yet. Work hard and do what you're told. Have I finished my rant?
What am I doing?
No, I have not. Yeah, exactly. You're not
just
young
here to be
anymore.
shouted at? I mean, yes.
Can we just say the stuff that we know we're all thinking? Right. OK, what millennials say and what they mean. Apparently, according to the young folk on our team, apparently these definitions are all wrong. But these are these words, apparently the ones that most people hate. Amazeballs, which means rather... Amazeballs. Hollybobs instead of holidays. Lols, very funny, I've used that. Bants for a jokey interaction. Great food, you go nom nom nom. I don't know what's going on. Totes instead of absolutely. Crimbo instead of Yuletide. That's been around for ages. This is hideous. Instead of saying Happy Friday, Happy Friday, yay. Now, I think punching people who say that would be a reasonable response. Where are you on this, Justin?
Well, this is made even better when it gets to Christmas. We have, happy winter break. What? Yeah. It's Christmas. It doesn't matter what
it is. You live in Britain, it's Christmas.
It's it. And you could have your own religious party at whatever time of year you like.
Well, not. I'm an atheist. It's still Christmas.
Exactly. So Winterval, that was it. That was a
Winterval. Well, fur baby for a pampered pet. Benedict.
Yeah. I mean,
you've got one on your face. So.
It's very well behaved, isn't it? It's very talented. It's going to go very far. It speaks 2 languages already. But ultimately, what else are you going to do? We can't afford our own houses. We can't afford to have children. We've got to have a cat. We have to rescue something and look after it.
Can I just say, I've never loved it more that the producers are saying, Maya, that's enough. Move on.